Oh, hello, beautiful people of the internet. It's Silksong time. It's Skong time. I have to tell you that I want you to know that I correctly counted the deaths in the last episode. I know. Insane achievement. I have corroborated my death count with Redsum's death count, and it turns out I can correctly count, which is... a surprise to both you and me. I'm trying to plug my controller in. Welcome back to Silksong. In the last episode, the last stream, big things happened. We solved our curse. We also defeated Dave Grohl, and oh my god, the freaking thing, and Biowater. We get to leave behind, for at least the foreseeable future, the nasty, the disgusting, the wet, the freaky Biowater. And we get to go out into the wider world as a changed Hornet. We have a new crest. The Witch Crest. We have a new key. We also have this Seeker's Soul. Holy shit. Front seat question. Front seat question to start today's stream because I already can't remember. Where did I get the Key of Apostate from? I don't remember. Front seat question. This is a blind playthrough, which means in general, please don't give me any information about the game. The area right above Girl. Okay, perfect. Thank you. In general, this is a blind playthrough. Just a reminder. Also, we have some new people here. That means no backseating, no tips, no like hint, hint, clue, clue, no like can't wait for you to see this thing. I'm trying to play the game as organically without outside help or outside ideas as possible. However, occasionally I will ask a front seat question for clarification. So here's the deal. In the last stream, we got uncursed thanks to the help of a nasty little freak named Yarnaby. We defeated Biowater. We defeated Grohl. We grabbed the Key of Apostate, and we met a interesting character named the Huntress, who gave me a quest to sear, shred, and skewer some organs so that she can feed her brood. And then we got the fuck up out of there. We left Biowater and Bilehaven alone, and I don't want to go back for a very long time. Which leaves us with a brand new sort of clean sheet. What should we get up to in today's stream? We have a lot of options. First and foremost, I will say we have the Apostate Key, which unlocks something in the Slab, an area that we have not really explored very much. The Slab is an option, /Apostate Key. We have the main quest over the threefold melody that's been hanging over our head for a very long time, and we could go back here with a double jump that we haven't had in a long time. We could go explore more of the Mist, which kind of remains a question. And I have a couple other sort of smaller items on my to-do list as well that involve some other markers around our map. But I think the thing that makes the most sense... Oh, and we also need 450 rosaries to upgrade our freaking nail using pale oil. My first thought is this. We are currently in Grand Bellway. I would like to go up to Songclave to speak to my people there. My Sherma, etc. And I would like to, along the way, try and kill some people and see if we can't start collecting stuff for the Huntress. The vague plans for today are to go to the Slab, but first we're going to sort of run around and see what's going on. Hi, Sherma. All of these marvelous healing supplies, surely they, at least, are some proof of the Citadel's holy nature. That's an old line. You keep it all that helping, you're going to start inspiring it in others. Best you think serious about what effect you might be causing, Bellringer. Too much hope could prove a dangerous thing, especially for all these bugs starved so long of it. We have a new quest, a wish, a promise. The Lost Merchant. Our dear merchant left to scavenge treasures from the Citadel's memoriam. She's been gone far too long. Please make sure she's safe. We have to make sure she's safe. This is a person who I've saved once already. I'm 99% sure. This is Jubilana, I believe. Fucking Jubilana. Do. I want to jump off this ledge. I just think it would be fun. I think it would be fun to jump off a ledge. Sue me. What can I say? I also want that bell to ring out really loud. Okay. Well, Jubilana's not here. Our new quest says Citadel's Memoriam. I don't know what the Memoriam is, if I'm being honest with you. So, that's a little funny. Let's ignore that shit for now and let's go to the slab. Which I think we can get to via right here. So let's go right here. Let's absolutely ignore the new piece of information we've just been given and just get the fuck out of here. I think we're going Coral Chambers here. Yo!
It's a new subscriber.
Hello, boy.
Welcome to the cult.
Thank you for the sub. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the Prime sub. So, up left. There are some places where we could double jump around the map now. And that would help with our ability to explore new areas. I still want to do some experimenting on this front. The tools I have currently equipped, I'm not sure. We could use straight pin a little bit just to see what happens, but we're on S mission. Yes, we are on S mission. Okay, so right here we get to a new area. The music goes creepy. Yep, okay. Did I get any meat from that? I did not. I just want to keep testing different tools and seeing if they produce skewered meat. This tool is not apparently doing it, so we're going to have to switch that later. We're pretty close to this key. Look at this double jump, though. Creepy music. Can I hit this thing through the wall? It'd be cool if you could trigger it through the wall. And by cool, I mean it would probably sort of... Oh, you. I forgot about you. Squidward. How could I forget about Squidward? Squidward with the 5 o'clock shadow. Okay. My freaking stick drift. We should probably get to a bench and change our abilities. 5 o'clock shadow, more like all o'clock shadow? You're right about that. Nasty little bug. Nasty little freak show. Oh, hello. Another nasty little freak show. Here is the lock. Let's do it. Let's just open the lock. Fuck it. A lock with the mark of apostate. Let's use the key of apostate. See where this takes us. Chakra, are you down here? Chakra. Ay, ay, ay. Tushkaro. Oh, yeah, the slab is unlocked. My friend, Chakra. Shakira. Okay, okay. You got readable signs. Penitent. Eighth of the 12th. 12 architects? 12 is a name that I have encountered before. 12th architect. Penitent, 8th of the 12th. Guilty of the sin of irreverence. Not giving something the proper reverence. Penance by chaining. Absolution granted after death. You've paid your penance, aka you've made up for your sins by being chained. Penitent, 2nd of the 4th. 2nd of the 4th chorus. Guilty of the sin of dissonance. I love this language so much. Penance by silencing. Absolution granted after death. So these are records of the penances of different people / creations. Penitent, 4th of the 4th, guilty of the sins of infirmity or sickness. Penance by swallowing. Absolution granted after death. I don't think that is speaking about 4th chorus. Well, you could not swallow 4th chorus if you had a mouth the size of Nebraska. That shit's huge. Why do you want our girl to be in this awful place? Because seeing her in an awful place means that I'm not alone in the awful place. Hearing her, frankly, seeing her has little to do with it. Hearing her is most of it. Penance by swallowing is crazy. Penitent, 12th of the 1st. That doesn't make any sense. Guilty of an unnamed sin. Penance by casting. Absolution not granted. Absolution not granted. Ours is a forgiving God. Yikes. Okay. We're getting some lore. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Enter. You're not alone in this place anyways because there's enemies here. You're right about that. That's breakable. That's absolutely breakable. And it's got a item. Memory locket. Guys, we're eating good. We're in a new area already. We're finding secrets already. We're eating good. This is underneath where we were already. I think this right here is the... So this is a shortcut. This, I believe, is... Nope. Never mind. This is nowhere I've ever been before. A lock with the mark of indolent? Never mind. I've never been here before. Nope. Oh my god, the stick drift is insane. Oh my god, there's so many... This is one of those problems where there's so many junctions you don't know where to go. Where's this go? Somebody's making noises. Penitent by... penance by chaining? I see chains. Who are you? Old Penitent. Which one were you? I just screenshotted some of those things. Penitent, 8th of the 12th. Guilty of the sin of irreverence. Penance by chaining. Absolution granted after death. Song, is it? You have brought song? You are of the Citadel, then. How many of you? Oh, my God. I'm going back to my Hollow Knight method of note-taking, which is just taking a photo of every single piece of dialogue I can. I'm alone, sir. You needn't fear. I I am no servant of the Citadel. Are you a prisoner of theirs? Prisoner, I understand you not. There is no prison here. This is a holy place of forgiveness. I'm not chained in prison. I'm chained in paradise. Please speak with reverence, because it was irreverence which got me chained. If this place was holy once, no evidence remains. Even as prison, it has been neglected. If you wish I can free you, you can descend through the caverns below until you find a settlement. You are asking me to leave this place. What a strange, fearful thought. Such a sin would never. No. By the grace of the Citadel, I am here as penitent. Okay, I'll be honest with you. This is too much dialogue to screenshot. I'm going to be screenshotting nothing but... I'm going to be doing nothing but screenshotting. Here I can hide from the shame of my sins until they are withered away by time. By your death, actually, is according to the notes, if I'm reading the right notes. Leave this place, please. Strike me down dead before you speak such blasphemy again. Will you tell me of those who guard this structure? They are servants of the Citadel, are they not? Servants? They too are penitents. In a past age, that caste committed their own sacrilege against the Citadel. The prisoners and the guards are both serving penance. Lore. A sin long forgotten, but so grave that their offspring and the offspring of their offspring carry the guilt with them still. To serve here is their only hope of absolution. I mean, do we even need to illustrate the ways that this system is fucked up? You aren't even born free of sin. You're born into the sins of your... If the weight of your sins bears down upon you, you may remain here with me in penitence, sister. You said give you death. Can I do it? Can I play more music for you? Would music be a salve for you, or would it hurt? Nothing. Shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Sounds good, Carly. You've brought song again, though perhaps it is wasted on one as unworthy as I. You needn't satisfy my curiosity if it pains you, sir, but I must ask, for what crime or sin did the Citadel imprison you? This is one of my questions. My sin, a grave transgression, the cause of much pain for many. But to speak of a sin is to invite its return. I will say no more. Yeah, totally makes sense. Yeah, totally. Totally. If the weight of your sins bears down upon you, you can stay with me. So we have it. What was the lock? Indolent lock? Let's try it 3rd time's the charm. Nothing. Okay, so we need to find a indolent lock. Okay, we have lots of backtracking to do because the things we just did are... Okay, I have a feeling we might be here for a while. When everything is locked... Is that a good sign? This place? Everything is locked? Heretic. Apostate. A guard fly. The smell from these jailers overwhelms my senses. I strongly doubt they have ever thought to bathe. We are so... There's a bench up here? Oh my god, that was dope. This is so... This is a sick design for a place. It's so cluttered. That's another lock. Oh my god, I need to mark all of these. This is also apostate. Wait, no, I have the key of apostate. Wait, what? So I keep the key? I didn't even think about that. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I have unfortunate things I need to do first. Right here. I need to mark. We're going to use all of our silver markers in here, that's for sure. Who's naming these locks? Someone with a creative writing degree? Someone with a religion degree. Key of Apostate opens this as well. Interesting, interesting, interesting. What is that? Oh my god, so we found a fork in the road. We took a right, that gave us a fork. We took another right, that gave us another fork. We have so much. Are these minecart paths? We have so much to try and, so much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the backseat? We have so much to try and accomplish here. This looks awesome. No, it's not minecarts, it's fucking spikes. Do I have to pogo you? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, no, you're going to break. Oh, you broke and you didn't even sit on the... You son of a bitch. Get me out of here. Okay, we've got lock. We've got spiky room. We need a map first. I'm not going to do the same thing where I just go... Now, what is this lock? Heretic. Okay. You're the pogo master, aren't you? Well, now that you've said that, I kind of want to go back and try it again. You know what? Just for you, I will. Just for you, I'm going to hit this first time. Hey, Zuma. Hey, Zuma. No, I did. I almost did it. I almost did it. None of this part actually matters all that much. I can get up to here. None of that part actually matters all that much. Oh, no. Dang it. We can do this. I think we should probably mostly ignore almost all of this. We even did more pogos than necessary. I had to prove it to him. I'm the pogo master. I think Zuma meant it honestly, but... Ah! I think I need to claw line that, but it didn't quite work. This room is neat. This room is neat. I agree. Why did I only now just get the going live notification? Twitch knew that oh! Twitch knew I did Twitch knew I didn't want you here is what I was going to say, which is way too rude, and I'm very happy to have you here, so Don't actually... I shouldn't have said that. How's it going, Luke? How are you? This is a cool room. If I didn't have double jump, this would be a very difficult room. Turns out it ain't bad. Got a mask shard and everything. Okay. So the door to the left is locked. This door I don't think I've been through. That's breakable. What we need most of all is chakra. This is a indolent lock. How's your day going, Luke? Fresh concrete, by the way. God, this game is good. Are you a real bug or are you a fake bug? There's a pressure pad right here, and I'm scared about. Ah, yeah. I got scared about one pressure pad, and then the next one was also a pressure pad. I need to do some healing. Indolent individual. Hey, you're right. That is you. That's a bench. That's a bench. Ah. Ay, tushkaro. Come on. No, I need to get up here. I need to get up here. This is the other place. This is the... That's not good. Oh, wait. I can stay warm now. Uh-oh. This room looks bad. Please don't be a boss. Okay, you're dead. I do need to sleep at a bench because I need to figure out... I need to switch my weapons. My tools. Luke says Dave's been problematic dealing with management thinking they can replace people with AI. Yikes. Hi, Ghost Apricot. Welcome in, by the way. Wait. It's apricot. Apricot. Is it actually, like... Is there a correct way to say apricot? Apricot. Small bug, shackled and cowled for sin committed within the Citadel. Isn't a cowl usually a religious item that priests wear? A loose hood or garment, a draped neckline, part of a monk's habit. It's not used to, like... Shackled and cowled is weird because one of those is a limiting thing and the other one is a... That's weird. It's the long A, like apricot, like 8. But hold up. But I have heard many people in my life say apricot. Are those people wrong, or are those people using a different pronunciation? Is it pecan or is it pecan? I'm trying to remember. Ah! I know some people who are pecan farmers, and I'm trying to remember how they say it. What kind of lock are you? Indolent. Is this the other side of the same lock? Let's find out. I'm back. Did you do anything cool? We debated the... pronunciation of apricot or apricot. That's indolent as well. If enough people say it a certain way, it becomes just a different way of saying it. No. You've entered into a very interesting and long-winded debate about prescriptive prescriptive grammar and/or language. What is this? A key of indolent. Well, what do you know? Hi, you little shits. Do you hear this? This might be the most human. This might be the most human-sounding bug in all of Silksong. Wait for it. Wait for it. There's a high-pitched one. That one right there. That's a member of Team Cherry entering the sound booth and going, "Hiya!" That's what that is. That's what that is. The freaks at Team Cherry. I see you. I see what you did there. I know what you did there. I see what you did there. Somebody clip that, by the way. Okay, we have the indolent individual key, which should be this one. This is an interesting area. Apostate gets you in the door.
Welcome to the cult.
Yo, shout out for the Prime sub, Mr. McWhoopass. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the cult. I appreciate that. How are you doing today, McWhoopass? Welcome in. What a name. So anyways, back to the debate about language, which is sort of boiled down to, is language meant to serve communication, or is language sort of the primary vehicle by which communication occurs and therefore can never really be incorrect? This is an interesting conversation that I'm not qualified to break down in its entirety live on camera because I'm bad at it, but it's an interesting one. I tend to fall into the lines of, I tend to fall into the camp of, that language serves, was this one indolent? This one was indolent, right? It's heretic. That language serves communication and not the other way around, but here's the bench. This is not the same bench. This is a different bench. It says it drew a map, but it sure as shit did not draw a map because we don't have one. Language is incorrect when it inhibits communication. Additionally, it can be ineffective if technically correct. See, I tend to agree with you, but here's the problem. I feel wildly uncomfortable putting it in those cut and dry terms. I feel wildly uncomfortable putting it in those cut and dry terms. That's a secret. Let's go. What's this? A husk with a map of the slab? Take the map. Hey, let's go. No chakra for us, which is a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. We really saw a good amount of this already. Using incorrect language enough eventually makes it correct, though. Oh, give me an example. There's a lot of quotations in that comment, which I approve of. One of the novels that I really like. One of the novels that I really like has a set of people in it who are prescriptive grammarians. They have like basically a cult, and the cult is prescriptive grammarians. Because and the thing I really appreciate about that as a writing choice is that I do think no one feels as strongly about I think almost no one feels as strongly about anything as people who fall on either side of this debate feel about it. Okay, so up here somewhere we had an indolent. I think it's all the way up right. Right? Up. Here. Indolent. Thoughts? We already unlocked it. Never mind. Was it higher? No. Was it this one right here? Chat, is y'all a word? I don't know. Is don't a word? I would say do and not are words. I would say don't is a word. Therefore, I would say y'all is a word. You do got to put the apostrophe in the right spot. Irregardless is a funny example of a word used incorrectly enough that it becomes quote-unquote correct. When people use it, they mean to say regardless, but they are saying irregardless, but everybody knows what they're meaning. Absolutely. Ain't is not. I disagree. I think ain't is a word. I also think with slang that there is an interesting thing happening, which is that we have to acknowledge a long history of gatekeeping when it comes to language in regards to slang. For instance, one of my favorite books of poetry is a book called Finna by Nate Marshall, who is a Chicago poet, who writes a lot of, first off, just lovely poems, but very one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. I have met Nate Marshall before, who writes both smart poems, but also I would say just poems very full of feeling about the way that language, specifically African American language in America, has been used and gatekept. And finna is a great example. Finna meaning fitting to, or I'm planning on, or I'm going to. Yeah. No, slang is interesting. Ain't is different, but slang is interesting. Yeah. English is 3 languages in a trench coat. It's always changing. If you get your meaning across, it's valid words. See, this is my current... And we're going to have an issue because I'm not going to get to play any Silksong today. Because... Here, the issue is I'm not going to get to play any Silksong today because I both agree with you and don't agree with you. Here's the problem. I think on the one hand, we have English or language in general that has been gatekept, that has been used as a source of removing, as a way to keep people from power through a long and very troubled history across many languages, across many countries. Use of quote-unquote correct language has been a way to gatekeep people from power that they should otherwise have. Absolutely. I'm a fan of slang as language. On the other hand, I am not a fan of saying, if you get your meaning across, you can be as incorrect as you would like to be, irregardless of context. Because I think what that is ignoring is the central push and pull, the central tug of language, which is that it is not ever context-less. Language is always situated in a pocket. It comes from a person speaking or writing, and it is directed at a person reading or perceiving or hearing. The context of those two things, the context of its formality, is it letterhead, used in legalese in a legal document? Is it a signpost? Is it on a sign, posted on a signpost in the public? Is it the private text messages between two people? The context matters, and saying things like, if you get your meaning across, that's all that matters, ignores one of the central beauties and difficulties of language, which is that when you choose to employ language, you choose to engage with the context of how you're using it. It's really... let me think of a good example of this. But basically, like... Think about... Okay. Here's a metaphor to use. I'm not a very big baseball person, but let's use baseball stadiums as an example. Some of you may not know this, but baseball stadiums have different dimensions in different places. So if you're playing in Yankee Stadium, the distance from home plate to third is the exact same as it is when you're playing in Boston. However, the distance between home plate and the wall that signifies that on the outside of the outfield that signifies a home run is different wherever you are. It is true to say if you hit it over the fence, it's sure as shit a home run. But you also play baseball differently when you are playing in New York versus Boston, depending on the heights of those walls, the distances of those walls. To say, I got my meaning across, so that's all that matters, is to ignore, like, the central art of language. Sure, it's possible that I could walk into the mechanic and say, car no work, you fixie, I pay. And he got what I'm saying, but I had more information to give. I had certainly a greater human connection to build. I could choose to engage in that, or I could choose not to. But just because I got it across does not mean that I have succeeded. Like, I've hopped the lowest bar, but I have not engaged with language in the way that it can be engaged with. Language, I would say, is one of the most beautiful and tantalizing human constructions. It's constantly shifting. It's full... It is, words mean things, right? Words have definitions, but they also have connotations. And connotations add a depth of feeling and a depth of connection and a depth of association. Metaphorical language, idiomatic language, simile, etc. Like, language is a deep and probably there is no bottom to the depths of the ocean that is language. And if you want to hop in and be 5 feet deep and be like, sure, but I am swimming, you're correct. But you are also not in any way meaningfully engaging with water. Like, is maybe the way I would phrase it. Do you think language is a form of art? I think language is almost pre-art. I think language is almost pre-art. And to get into that, I would need 2 more hours on stream. I simply cannot crack open that can of worms. To say language is pre-art is interesting, and I think probably correct in some ways. The problem is, what about visual art? What about music? What about... like... I don't think language is art the same way that I don't think pencils are art, but I do think sometimes you got to use it to make it. Kind of. I don't know. Oh, boy. The passion you have for this topic is excellent. Thank you. I wish I had an equal amount of tools as I had passion for this. I'm a little out of practice. It's been a couple years since I've got my master's degree in creative writing. Take a shot. I do hate stereotypes around how people speak relating to class or education, etc., though. Jade, I could not agree with you more. And also, that context ends up being... Okay, so what have you guys heard me say 1,000 times about art? I would argue that one of the most central things that art has to do is it has to subvert expectations. Do you know one of the most satisfying ways to subvert expectations? Shakespeare did this. It's when you have people use and then creatively employ or creatively subvert the language of class, etc. Like to use those stereotypes and tear them down. The novel, the poetry collection I was just talking about, Finna by Nate Marshall, is an amazing example of this. I would recommend it to everyone to read. It's really great. Yeah. We had cave paintings. Those are considered art in today's world, but they were a form of communication back then. Sure, but the note that I write to Megan about our groceries next week, like what we need for our groceries, could be art. And this is a whole other separate conversation that we certainly cannot get into today because we don't have the time. But just because something has a use, aka to communicate, does not mean it is not art. Those two things can be one and the same. They don't have to, but they can be. Absolutely. If you'd like examples, one of my favorite prompts that you can give in creative writing is to use found text to write a short story using found text. One of the most famous examples of this would be the sort of like Hemingway 6-word short story, "For sale, baby shoes never worn." That is a text that has a purpose. It is communicating something for sale. However, it also tells a story. The same is true of cave paintings on walls from so long ago that we cannot even begin to engage with them. If it was just a method of communication between two people, that does not mean it is not art. Don't spoil Ryan about how there's a time limit in this game on how long you can play before your save file is deleted. I wonder what the viewer retention statistics are going to look like on this episode. Who fucking cares? Because the people who are retented are the people I would like around here. You know what I'm saying? If you made it this far into if you made it 63 episodes into Silksong, then you knew at some point you were going to get a conversation about language as art, art as language. I mean that not in a bad way. I'm aware that I'm taking away from an amazing new thing that we're going to explore. The good news is we do have 2.5 hours left to explore. And sometimes these conversations come up, and it would be a disservice to both you and to the conversation to not engage with it a little bit more fully and have to put the game away for 2 seconds. Hornet's like, I don't know how to get through this door. That's a great point, Freak. It's a great point, Freak. Art and class have never been, divorced from each other, and to pretend that it hasn't is to rewrite history. Yeah. Name this episode "Retent Me." Retent Me, Daddy. Still not how you say my name. How would you like me to say your name? I promise you I will try to say it correctly, and I also promise you that I will forget. These are the two promises I can give you. All right, let's play some Silksong. We have a heretic lock here. Not a heretic, but a heretic lock here. This is the thing that gets us up, though. So that's good. I don't think all 4 of these are heretic. The double E in my name is pronounced like the A in cake. So it's Frake. Frake? Is that correct? Frake? Yes or no? Close enough. All right, I'm gonna do my best to remember Frake. Where are you from? Where are you from, Frake? If I can ask. Okay, the slab. I do love thinking about this shit. This right here is breakable, but I think it's only breakable from the other side. Now, is the other side up or is the other side down? That's the question. From the Netherlands? I don't know what I did to make the Dutch government so happy. Maybe it's all the lovely things I've said about the Dutch over the years, but I do appreciate that so many people from the Netherlands come hang out with us. I feel like we have an inordinate amount of... Oh, you can have 2 spikes at once. I didn't know that. Of Dutch homies, you know? Language might just... I mean, God damn it, guys. I kind of just want to talk about this for another hour. I shouldn't, but I kind of just want to. This is a great time to say, I think Arrival is a movie you should watch, and The Story of Your Life by Ted Chiang is a book you should read. A short story you should read. And I know, especially as Project Hail Mary, you know, is out and all over theaters and all over public consciousness, that might be a slightly, you know, counterculture thing to say at the moment that a different kind of vaguely similar movie is getting credit, but one of those pieces of art is really amazing on the topic of language, and the other one is a little less so. And I'm just going to say, I liked Project Hail Mary as a book. I haven't seen the movie yet. I hope it's good. I'm interested in seeing it, but one of those is a work of art on the topic of language, and the other one is kind of barely scratching the surface. Okay. Oh, boy. I mean, it seems like we should do this. Yep. Seems like we should do this. Gonna run back and forth left and right. Welcome to hell, kid. Welcome to hell, kid. Lazy streamer. This is fun. Oh! What was that? No, stop that. They're hitting me with the shit. Oh no, I ran right into it. Again. Woo. Okay, we were going left to right. Let's see what's through here. That's a very cool room. I like that. That's a twist on the gauntlet that we're used to, the gauntlet style that we're used to. Thank you for the follow, Apple. Somewhere in here, there's a way across. I just don't know where. There's something to the left. I just don't know. It's here. It's here. I found it. I found it. This is an emergency broadcast alert. Whoa! Sable Dragon Rook, thank you so much for the raid. It's been the first time I've heard that. So the first time I heard that alert in a long time, or maybe ever. So it surprised me. Thanks so much for the raid. How are you today? Fawn says I need to go catch up on the VODs. I know, things are a little different than they were last time. Please don't be spikes. Please don't be spikes. Of course it's spikes. What's in the center here, do you think? I don't know. Our friends, welcome in. How was your stream, Sable Dragon Rook? I'm wary of traps. I'm wary of pressure pads. And most of all, I would say I'm wary of there being a boss. I feel like this would be an amazing area to put a boss. Somebody with chains. I want there to be chains. Think of how cool it would be as a prompt to create a boss in this game. A chained bug fights back with the same implements used to imprison it for years. Give me a boss called something like... Oh, nope. Now we're just back out. This was the place right here. Okay, so that's just a shortcut. Dang, I was really hoping there was a boss here. Great stream. I was speedrunning Shadow of the Colossus. New PB doing great. I need to play that game. That is a game I would really like to play. I just got a recommendation for it like yesterday. I hear it's good. I hear it's beloved most of all. That's a trap. That's a trap. That's a trap. A lot of blades. Is this a secret Mount Fay area? The frickin' heck is this? Hello, big bug. Hello, big bug. We're up top. Can I climb this big vertical thing? I cannot. All right, big boy, where'd you go? Hello. Bounce on it. Bounce on it. Bounce on it. Got a little torch there. Oh, no, that's a trap. Okay. Oh, I can no longer bounce on it? Never mind. You can always bounce on it. If you just try hard enough, you can always bounce on it, chat. Yee. I love it, Sable Dragon. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. Thank you. Inspirational words to live by? Yeah, you can always bounce on it if you try hard enough. Let that be a lesson to you. I'm hearing something. Another big guy? Another big guy. We're back to Wanderer's Crest? No. Ignore you. So we can do this again? I love the blue up here. Light blue is my favorite color. So the edges of the screen right now is like, that's a fine color. But the blue that is directly behind Hornet is like almost exactly. It's a little too green, but it's pretty close to my favorite color. Oh God, those are all spikes. You have to try it once. Gotta practice the bounce on it. Disgusting both in manner and stench. I feel no remorse to see them felled. Oh, that's a item. What is that? A frayed rosary string. Great. I need money. I think I probably should be good, honestly. 420 plus 90. 510. I can't remember if I needed 450 or 550. Slab keys. Key of Indolent, key of Apostate. Oh, they're on a little key ring now. Let's go. Let's go. I love that the Bugpedia is in Hornet's voice and not just a general monster compendium. I also have really enjoyed getting to know Hornet via... We have a stronger... And this is a whole other conversation that, again, we should get into on another day because I have lots of thoughts and not just the ones that I can say in 5 seconds. But I feel like the sense of identity in this game does sort of mark a big departure. And I would call it a satisfying departure from Hollow Knight. Okay, where is this going to go? Oh, you just hop over. Okay. Cool. You just hop over. Can I jump over this? Hold up. Can I jump over this? Oh, almost. If I claw on that, I think I can. Oh, it won't let you. It won't let you. Hi, hello. That's a creepy ass noise. It's like throat singing. What a neat area. Hornet having more personality than the Knight does make a lot of sense lore-wise. It does. It also just makes a lot of sense game enjoyment-wise. You know, I understand the reasoning for not in Hollow Knight, but it certainly makes things a little different. It makes things different just from a, like, on a very tactile playing experience. Okay, this room looks like hell. Let's go. Bounce on it. Bounce on it. I'm stuck. Not again. I keep forgetting to change my tools. Keep forgetting to change my tools. I'm so confused right now. What's going on? Oh boy. Good heal. These guys are so puny. Okay, couple big boys. God, this game is so much fun to play. It's just so much fun to play. What do we get? Key of Heretic. Look at that. By the way, scab flies. Foul creatures birthed into servitude. Their plight elicits no sympathy from me. Cool. We have the third key. Let's go ahead and change tools because I want to see what happens with... I want to see if we know how to sear. Or, frankly, how to do almost any of this stuff. Let's do flint slate. Cool. This is a neat level design because I think what you're doing is you're just basically like doing a figure 8 through this map. Like if I had to describe it, you're doing this. You're going figure 8s, except the locks that you get on each figure 8 unlock new ways to do a figure 8. It's cool. It's neat. Really neat. Okay. Let's mark that off. I'll make this YouTube episode a little bit longer because I spent so much time talking about language. I think this should be a heretic lock. No, this is indolent. Okay, so we could definitely go through this one. It's also compact compared to other areas. It is. I'm just praying for a boss. I'm praying for a boss. I want to see Team Cherry flex their muscles. I want to see it. This looks like it could be. This looks like it could be. All are hunted here, the jailers and the jailed. Do they realize they will never leave this place or how long they have stayed already? It goes outside. However, it goes outside to a place I believe I've already been, but... In fact, we already ran through there, right? This was where we... Yeah. cool. So we were already here on the other side of this. We also dropped down. Oh! We should kill him with fire. Kill him with fire. Kill him with fire. Did I sear their meat? I did sear their meat. Hell yeah, brother. Marker of Heretic. Let's do it. Okay, so this door we've never been through. That sounds like a woo. But where is the woo? Is it in here? Hello, woo. Woo. Who was holding you captive in here? Please let there be a baddie. Woo. Dang, what a cool game. Okay. I think that is all of the areas. That said, there's this. I don't know what this is. I also think we did not technically unlock that lock. So we're going to run straight across and then through. No, we did unlock it. Yep, so that's that. And then in here was where we found you. Hey, I've freed everybody else. Are you sure you don't want to leave? If you don't want to leave, can I fight you? Come on, old Penitent. That'd be such a dope name for a boss. I just want you to fight me. I want you to want me. Also that. We should double check what that is. I need you. This is the thing we went through. Okay. What's a guy got to do to start a fight around here? I just want to be fought. So the door that I'm seeing there is just the door to get out of here. Cool. I'm seeing a door. It's this little shortcut. Cool. So that's done for sure. So we need to drop all the way to the bottom and then go right. This game is so full of secrets. It's so full of secrets. This door was Heretic. Okay, cool. So this should be the last thing we unlock, I think. At least for now. Last thing on my list. Give me a boss. Give me a boss. Money. Why is there so much money in this prison? Is incarceration really this profitable? I'm speaking fictionally, of course. In the game. This is a fiction. Oh my god, I just made that jump. That's a secret area. Exclamation current events, Ryan. The fuck is this? Those are spikes. They are, in fact, not holograms of spikes. They are real spikes. I have double-checked them with my own body. Now this is a boss. This is a boss. Okay. All right, all right, all right. We can do it. We can do it. What are you? Silk wrapped around. These chains. Penitent, first of the first. Oh, please. Guilty of the sin of apostasy. Penance by constriction. Absolution denied. So apostasy, I'm going to double check my work here. I think apostasy is basically teaching... Yeah, apostasy is the abandonment or renunciation of a religious or political beef. Or belief, sorry, not beef. Although it is a sort of religious beef, but it's abandonment or renunciation of a religious or political belief. I thought it was the teaching that your old religious beliefs are incorrect. But that's kind of it. God. You got to hand... God, in fact. The capital G. You do got to hand it to religion. They have the best words. They've got the best fucking words. Apostasy is a beauty. Apostasy coming off the lips is a beauty of a word. Absolution denied. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see what we've got here. There's one left in the bottom left. What ugly ass bug do you think this is going to be? What did you teach? Sorry, what did you abandon? Oh, baby. Might not be a boss. Half spawn of a distant land. Within this cage I have waited. Let my strength be bound to yours. Reclaim the future of our accursed kingdom. Yeah. Beat a bind. It is a boss. Let's go. What are you? First center. We knew it had to be first something. First of first. Ah! Okay, I like what you got going on here. Oh, you are a beauty of a... Okay. Okay. Getting some Hollow Knight vibes here. Need to get our hits in one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Good heal. Yee. One at a time here. Okay. Nothing here is that unfamiliar to us. You've got a stampeding attack. You've got a vertical thorns attack. You've got a side, like a 2-swipe attack. Horizontal attack. Dodge under that one, then back. Pogo, then... Nope, missed. I whipped. 4 health. I need to heal. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Good heal. Okay, we just need to play this very safe and slow, honestly. It's a phase 2 that scares me. You gotta go under that. Gotta go under that. Sometimes those combine. Woo! First death of the stream, too. Wow. I'd hit that. You'd be lucky enough to get in a single hit. And you certainly would. Okay, Riley. You would hit that you'd be lucky to get one hit in. Also, you'd be lucky if they deigned to let you hit that a single time. That's all I'll say. They have standards, and somebody with crusty nuts in their name probably ain't getting in the door. I assume we're running it back with predictions. We're absolutely running it back with predictions as long as they'll let me do it. However, that's going to have to do it for this YouTube video. Bye, YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you so much for being retented by my conversation about language. Apologies. Some conversational fruits are just too juicy. You have to take a second to savor them. You got to take a second to engage. Thanks so much for watching, YouTube. I'll see you later. Bye!